as I said from the beginning, this is a long-term project. We need to have highs and lows, and I hope we finish the year with a good note for every one of you.
Today was the first day of the season finals for Madeline's Koi, and wow, what an upset it is. Honestly, I'm just wondering right now, where was this Madeline's Koi the entire season? And I am in the presence of the thinking head behind the team, Melzhet, obviously, today. Just tell me, first of all, like, how do you feel after this? It must feel so good to take down G2 3-2, right?
Yeah, I mean, it felt so good because we face like the one who is supposed to be the best team,
Mhm.
and actually, this is a really big boost in our motivation right now. So I will take that.
Yeah, and I mean it's massive because you guys obviously ever since winter I've had a lot of struggles obviously, right? And summer split was very disappointing, I can assume. So tell me, like, how did you even reach this point? I mean, I know you've been to the boot camp in Madrid for the last 2 weeks, right? So
Yep.
first of all, I guess, how did the boot camp go for you guys? Like, what changed during this time?
Like we were not doing a great job here in Berlin, and we thought, okay, maybe doing a fresh start can remind us who we are and what were our strengths at that moment. So we decided to go to the bootcamp in Madrid. That they have a phenomenal staff, and they take very well care of us. And then in that bootcamp, like we did like a reset of everything. Like, okay, we're in this point. We have this big opportunity in front of us. How we can get the best from this? And we prepare really well. We work really hard, like really intensive. But I think it paid off. Like so far, we are so happy with that.
Yeah. And I mean, as Yoya said on stage, a lot of people even said that like they thought Madeline's Code did not even like belong in the season finals for some people, and like
Yep.
especially in the upper bracket. And now you
Yep.
guys are locked in top three, so this is a complete shift in expectations as well. So I guess as well, does it feel good to like shut down the haters as well, like make them realize that you guys are actually here to play as well, right?
Yes, I think it's part of the job. People, we were like very. I mean, we were a team that make some people happy and
Yeah.
some people not happy with us. So I think it's normal that that happens. I
Mhm.
don't take it personal. I
Mhm.
think it's part of the competition. I wish that we were not that hard into rookies,
Mhm.
but it is what it is,
Yeah.
and I feel it feels great. But I don't take it personal, so I don't mind that much.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously now with this win, you are actually locked in the top three. You're not yet qualified for Worlds, very close from it though. But where do you think Madeline's Koi actually stands in in terms of like power level compared to other EU teams? Because before going into season finals and even before the summer playoffs, everyone was looking at like G2, Fnatic, BDS and SK close by, and then the rest of the teams were a bit
Yep.
underperforming, let's say. And now you guys are completely shifting the expectations for everyone. So where do you think Madeline's Koi is actually looking? Like, is it top three or even top two or top one?
I'm the head coach. I need to believe that we are the top one, so that's
Yeah.
the answer. But I think we are very emotional. We were underperforming a lot, and we cannot fully relax just because we went into G2. We need to keep doing the job that we did in the bootcamp and keep it. So I hope that if we play as we know, we can be top one. But this was a really close series, like it's not
Yeah.
like we had some G2, so we cannot relax.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, speaking of that as well, obviously, you're going
Yep.
to be facing Fnatic in the next round now,
Yep.
who are still regarded as a very good team despite their mental blocks, I guess, recently, especially in summer playoffs. So,
Mhm.
how do you see yourself like going into that match, and like, what is your mentality going into the match against Fnatic?
The same as into G2, that we are going to play our game, we are going to do our drafts, we are not going to care about what's going on. If we've hard troll one game, sure, we move on and not doing the same mistakes that we did in the past. So it's the same. I think Fnatic is a great team, and they are going to be as hard as G2, so we can relax and just keep the same mood.
And another question that is very important, I think, is that a lot of people, especially seeing G2 underperform in recent matches, have been having this idea that EU teams are generally looking pretty weak. They think that the region as a whole does not look very good right now. And I mean, for a lot of people, especially with like international results and stuff, if G2 doesn't do well, they think that the region is not going to do well as a whole. So, what do you think is actually the current level of EU, and do you think the region can compare to other regions, and I mean even North America, for example, right?
I mean, I think we are more or less the same level as North America right now. I think both of the regions are really behind of LCK SPL. But I think at least from talking with other people that been here other years, for example, one big change for me is like now people is not canceling scrims. Maybe the level right now is not as good as it should be, but I think it's a good start. Like from now on to build something in the future. I think we need to be more long-term projects more than short-term projects, and I think that's the way to compete with them. Because if we focus on in short-term, I think we are not going to be ever a strong region.
Yeah.
I'm here to at least put my little effort on change that.
Yeah. Do you think that MDK is actually maybe the hope of EU for the future then? Because obviously you guys are investing in all these rookies, right?
I mean, I'm not sure if we are going to be the hope of Europe in the future,
Hmm.
but for sure we are trying to change that. You know, like can be others, but at least I think we need to change how the things we're doing here. And I think this is a good start. Like at least we are top three with 4 rookies. So hey, maybe we were not doing really well here. No, we can
Yeah.
change something.
Yeah, for sure. And that aside, I think, I mean, obviously, like you've had your boot camp and this reset in mentor and
Yep.
stuff, but also something that is very interesting is the difference in priorities that you guys have had, especially in this match, because during the summer split, Myrwn was a player that was put a lot on tanks and oftentimes more as a supportive kind of playstyle. And now in this series, he played Corki, he played Zeri, right, and he played Nidalee even in the last game, which is something that we did not quite expect, I guess, like to see from this match, especially
Mhm.
from recent times. So, do you think that this is something that you guys decided on after the boot camp, like returning to your roots in what went good in winter split, for example, or is it more related to the change of patch as well? Because obviously we moved from 14.13 to 14.15, right?
Yep. I think the patch has some different things that in the previous ones. I'm not going to go deep there because I
Yeah,
don't want to
obviously.
go- give info away. But Uh, I will say we were not able to execute these comps because we were not in the better mental state. This
Mm.
is when we are in a good mental state, we can play these comps that are supposed to be really hard because you have triple ADCs or two ADCs and you need to be really disciplined. So at that moment, if we were playing this, we were getting hard stomp. So
Mm.
we need to play more secure, like, oh, we put front lanes in top lane, we try to play it as more safe to in order to get results, and it was working. But I think this is our best form or how we can perform better. And with this reset and this bootcamp, we thought that we were in that point that we could again pull this out. Because if you don't play really well in this style, I think you get fucked. And
Yeah.
people is going to call you, you're trolling, picking this, blah 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 blah. Sure, you know.
Yeah, it's I scale or I risk, I reward pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
But that aside as well, Yoyo as well is a player that is good to look into, right? Because he's
Mm,
like the captain of the team for everyone, pretty much. And
yep.
I think something that's been interesting as well is the way you guys picked Morgana today, which is not the champion that we actually see that often because there's been a lot of AP junglers, but Morgana is maybe like
Mm.
lower tier kind of champion. So what are the reasons behind picking that champion today as well? Was it like more of a counter to Vi? Because I saw you picked her pair into her as well, right?
Yep, this is. We need to give the merit to Giants. They were the ones who pulled it out first.
Mm.
We saw it, we try it, we like it, we take it, and it was like a counter to buy.
Mhm.
It was not planned that might happen today, but we were having that. You know, like also Razork is a great buy player, so you know, like we thought that it was a pick that it was worth it to have in your pool if you can have it. And I think it's great as a counter of buy and the comps of you build around by. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And just to finish as well, because I mean, we already mentioned Elioya just now, but
Yep.
obviously at the start of the year, it was everyone looking at like Elioya and the four rookies. But
Mm.
now you've had three splits with the entire team. So how is the atmosphere and like the dynamics evolved in Madeline's core over the year? Because obviously Yoya is like the more seasoned player, but I've other players as well started like taking some leads and like taking more of a like captain figure as well.
I mean, I think El Joya is the leader of the team by far, and not only the shot caller, also the leader. But I think everybody realized like they need to be in a good mood too, and we have kind of some emotional leaders. Like for example, when Supa is happy, when Albert is happy, that is contagious for the team. Yeah, in that regard, we did a step on that, but Joy is still the leader of the team in terms of gameplay and how to what to do in the rift when they are competing, and also uh, we tried to build around one style that we it had like how I envision League of Legends.
Hmm.
So we are kind of in the same page on that. So there is not a real leader. Like it's how I see the League of Legends. Everybody likes it. Everybody does it. But in terms of the emotional, I think Joya, Alvaro, and Super are the big ones here.
All right. I think that's about all the time we have today for the interview. But in any
Yep.
case, Melzhet, thank you so much for talking with us today. Do you have anything you want to say before we close out to the fans and
Thank
stuff?
you very much for the interview. Also for the support, guys. I know it's hard to stay with one team when things are not going well, but as I said from the beginning, this is a long-term project. We need to have highs and lows, and I hope we finish the year with a good note for every one of you.
Perfect. Well, that is exactly what we want to hear in any case.
Yep.
Melzet, once again,
Thank you very much.
congratulations on this win. This is crazy of a result. I think everyone is very happy to see it. But yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk to you again soon. Probably I'll see you
Yep.
at in Munich, right? Because you guys
Yep.
have qualified. So
Yeah.
yeah,